Okay, last class we have seen Oracle. Okay, and we saw how to means Oracle is giving you good support for what? Data management now. So Oracle is implementing what? RDBMS means you will store the data in the form of tables, and you will do the CRUD operations on it. So that is the RDBMS feature. So Oracle is a database which is implementing the RDBMS. One more example for a database which implements RDBMS is MySQL. So today I will be teaching you MySQL. So you can observe now there are many databases which are giving you RDBMS support, means relational database management system support. Okay, so all are giving the same support. Concept is same, but little variation will be there. So all are supposed to follow the standard. There is one standard designed in the world now. Okay, called as RDBMS standard. All databases had to follow it, but they have their same. Means they have their own slight. Means they have their own methodology. There will be a slight variation in it. So I'll just give you. Introduce MySQL now. So just observe it. Okay, then you'll come to know how many means there are so many databases in the world which follow RDBMS standard. So when you want to migrate from one database to another database, there will not be much of a problem. So conceptual wise, I'll teach you today what is MySQL. So one more database we'll be seeing today called as MySQL. So first I'll show you the installation process of MySQL. Understood? After showing the installation process, then we'll work with MySQL today. So when you are writing an application, okay, your application can use any database. It can use MySQL, or it can use Oracle, or it can use DB2. Okay, so but all follow RDBMS standard. That thing you understand now. So now when in your company, okay, when they shift, like today you know Oracle, tomorrow if they migrate to MySQL, you know how to migrate. Okay, there will be a very slight variation, not much. Okay, so that way I'll be showing you now. Once I show you, you'll understand, get the good grip of it now. So as it is in your DVD, what we are given in the softwares, one folder is there called as MySQL. So you can extract that first. After extracting, you'll get means you have given it in a compressed format. Which one? MySQL. Extract it. Once you extract it, you'll get the folder. Continue installation. Very simple installation process. So this is the folder what we have given it for you. This is called as cluster softwares. Inside this we are organized neatly. What is the software you are going to learn now? Database. So all the softwares you are going to learn now. Understood? So one of that is database. In database, there is something called as MySQL. It's a compressed, because when we write it in DVD, it will become very huge. So that's why we compress and write it and give it to you. Okay. So you extract it now. Extract here you do. Okay. When you say extract here, it will get extracted. There will be one simple file now called as what? MySQL. Open it. Just double click. You are very good in installation. Continue doing. What will you do? Next, continue doing the same. Yes. So go through all this. One important screen will come. That I'll tell you what it is. See this. Next. Okay. Let it be typical itself. Don't change anything here. Click next. Okay. Where there's a change, I'll tell you. That you highlight. So click on next here also. Here also, see, it's asking you the path. It will be installing in what? C drive program files. Okay. Continue. Install. So no changes, just next, install. So we are working with MySQL 5.1 version. We are working with MySQL 5.1 version. So here also nothing much, some information displays. Click on next. Click on next. Okay, see in this screen, disable register, this option you disable. Otherwise it lasts for registration. What? Register the MySQL server now, disable it. Understood? So now click on, means let this remain. Configure the MySQL server, let it remain. Only what you are disabling is register the MySQL server now. Click on finish. So I'll get this screen now. Once you click on finish, you minimize this better. The back, this one you minimize. So let this one screen be there. It will be neat now. So click on next. So it will ask you to configure here. The configuration wizard will allow you to configure the MySQL server instance. Something it's telling. One word is coming out now. It's you are going to configure one instance now. Okay, what is that word? I'll explain you. But we are going to configure one instance here. So for that configuration, click next. So now here you click on standard configuration. Here you click on when you are configuring the instance now, click on standard configuration, click next, and here see again you'll get the screen now. You know what is this? Can you understand this? Include bin in what? It's saying include bin directory in Windows path. If you click on this, what will happen? Automatically bin will come into path variable. If you don't do it, it will not come now. You'll have to do the path settings. So better is click this. See, for every software, path is mandatory. Understood? Let it be Java, let it be Oracle, let it be MySQL, path is mandatory. So I'll click what now? Next. Okay, next you click, and here it will ask for a password. Look at this word here. Okay, new root password. I'll explain what is root, but see that word. Actually, the one instance is getting created here called as root. I'll tell you what is that instance. What does the instance mean? But there's an instance getting created called as root. For that instance, we are giving a password called as whatever we want. We can give any password. So the password we are going to give for this also will be what? Cluster. And this password is case sensitive. This password what you are giving is case sensitive. So better you give it as what? Cluster. Okay, this is case sensitive. So I've given it in small case. Cluster has been given in small case. So again I am reconfirming the password is what? Cluster. So remember, the instance name is root. This is the instance name, and the password for this would be what? Cluster, and that too in small case, highly case sensitive. So I've given it. Okay, again after doing that, what do you do? Click on next, and here you'll have an option called execute. Click on execute, and click on finish. So your MySQL installation is complete now. Understood? So what you do? Better is you restart once. Better is you restart once. It's already come. Okay, better is you restart. It's always advisable. After installing something, you restart. So that's it. Installation is over. Next, what we'll do? We work with an employee table now. Same table I'll work in MySQL also. Same thing. So I'll get the grip of it now. What is RDBMS? You'll start getting the grip of it now. Shall I clear this now? Instance name is what? Root. Password what I given is cluster. Highly case sensitive. Okay, after restarting, you can start working with MySQL now. So how do you work with MySQL? Let's see this. Go to your, which one? Windows prompt, DOS prompt, CMD. You know how to go now? Type CMD, go there. Sorry, one second, sorry, not here, not like this. So how do you work with MySQL is, yeah. So go to start, not that way, go to start. Once you go to start, this the newly installed software will come here, but don't depend on this option, because as you keep working, this option will go away. Understood? This option will go away. So better you go to what? In start, you go to all programs. This will also work. If you go to this one also, what? If you click here also, it will work, but don't depend on that. So what you do? Go to all programs, scroll down, you'll see something called as MySQL here, installed, now it is installed. So in MySQL, what you do, you click on that folder, you'll get an option here, called as what? MySQL command line. So if you click on that, that SQL prompt will open. So to work with all databases, what do you need? Editor, no? This is the editor. So this is the editor for what? Which one now? MySQL. Yesterday we worked with one editor to work. We used an editor to work with Oracle. So this is the editor to work with MySQL. So how do you get it? I'm showing you again. See this, sir. Okay. All programs, MySQL. There's one folder. Okay. Click on this folder, MySQL 5.1. Then it will open up. So here it is there. MySQL command line client. So click here. So it will open up. Understood? So here you have to enter the password. Highly case sensitive. Okay. So see, generally when you are working with database, you always keep the caps lock on. Yes or no? So don't keep it on and type. See this. I'm typing cluster only correct password. Okay. It will close. It's highly case sensitive. So only while typing the password, see to that you are typing it in lowercase. Queries and all you type in uppercase only. In fact, query is also what? Case insensitive. But that's the standard practice what we follow. So what you do now? Go here. All programs. MySQL. Command line. Yes. So see to that your caps lock is off. Cluster you type now. Now you are connected. So this is the editor. This is the editor to work with what? MySQL databases. Okay. So now see in this what you do. There are similarly when you install Oracle now there were two schemas getting created. Yes or no? Built in. Which are the two schemas in Oracle? System and HR. Similarly here also you are having the built-in schemas. Here also you are having. Okay, if you want to notice, so if you want to see the schemas present here, which are the schema, what you do, say show, there's one query now. So keep your caps lock on, it will work. In fact, I'm telling you now, start using caps now. Okay, even lowercase will work, but make it a practice of typing it in caps. Show databases. Show databases will show you the list of all the schema. In fact, MySQL calls its schema as database. There are three schemas already present here. Which are they? Information underscore schema, MySQL and test. Three schemas are already there. Okay, we will not work with that schema. We will create our own schema now. Understood? So today I'll show you how to create our own schema in Oracle also. Till now I have not shown you how to create our own Oracle schema in what? Oracle. Today I'll show you. So in MySQL what I'll do? I'll create my own schema. But here the MySQL terminology is for schema they call it as database or user. Schema, database, user all same. There's no much of a difference. User means on account. Schema means that's also on user only. Database means also user only. So terminology will vary but concept is same. So what will I do? So I'll create one database now. So these are the schemas or users available. So how will I create? Use the query. See, these are the queries I'm teaching you. So we are using what? We are working with MySQL. To work with MySQL, these are the queries you have to use now. So create database. Give your name. Your own name you can give. I'll give it as Ravi. But add a suffix called as MySQL. Whatever name you want to give. But this is the convention again. It's not that you have to write MySQL. Okay. If I write Ravi also it will work. But I'll tell you if you follow conventions what are the advantages. Later on you'll start understanding. So what is the username you are creating? Ravi MySQL means anything. Your own name you give MySQL. So press enter. So you'll get the message now. Query OK. So all these queries are being submitted to what now? MySQL database. So now I say the same query I'll execute. Which one? Up down arrow key you can use. Up down arrow key. You'll get the previous queries. Show databases. How many were there earlier? 3. But now how many are there? 4. Which is the extra one? Ravi MySQL. Understood? So in this schema, I'll create my table now. Actually, we created tables in Oracle in which schema? HR schema. So here I'll create in this new schema which I have created. So to work with this schema, you have to use one command called as use. Okay, one second. Okay, first, use, or I'll show you how to drop the schema also here. First, then I'll show you how to use it. So if you want, you can create a user like this. If you don't want, you can delete the user also. How? Drop database see drop database MySQL. What will happen now? The database will be dropped. Again I'll say show databases. See there, only 3 will be there. So this is how you can create on user and delete on user in MySQL. But I need one, so again I'll create it. Understood? Just I showed you how to create and how to delete it. So I'll create, now I'll start using. Understood? Now the whatever tables I'll create, I'll be creating in what? MySQL. The employee table what I create, I'll be creating in this schema now. So to use this now, what you have to do is type the command use. Use what? Use which one? I want to work with this one or Ravi MySQL. Type the command. So what happens? Now you are entered. You entered that schema. Okay, after entering the schema, this is a very new schema or user what I have created. In this user, are there any tables? There are no tables. But I want to see if there are any tables. So in Oracle, what is the command you use? Select star from tab. Select star from tab will give you the list of all the tables in the schema. But here we say show tables. Understanding now what am I typing? Show tables. There it says empty set. There are no tables. But if I type, let us see, select star from what? Tab. What happens? Let's see. Error. Understood? It says okay, this is also working. So it is not no, it is taking tab as a table name. It is taking tab as a table name. Okay, in fact it's treating tab as what? You tell now select star from employee. It is treating it like that, and it says what? In Ravi.MySQL the table is not existing, but in Oracle this treats as what? It will give you the list of all the tables. So slight variation is there. That's why before you use any database, you have to get adjusted. Then you can use the database. Anyway, so we are started using it. So if you want to see all the tables, what will you type now? Yes, show tables. We'll use a list of all the tables in MySQL. Okay, so fine, it is not there. So if it is not there, next what we'll do? We'll create it now. Okay, so how do you create it? Yes, there are some queries I already got here. So in the third folder I kept all the queries. Okay, simple queries in MySQL. Yes, so these are the queries I explained to you. Show databases will give what? Will display all the users. Create database will do what? It will create a new user or a database or schema. But here they don't use the word schema, they use the word database. Okay, then drop means what it will do? It will delete the user. Okay, drop database. And if I say use, you have entered it now. You will be using the database now. Fine. Show tables, what it will do? Will show all the tables in a particular user. Okay, drop table. Now see, all the queries are same, almost all. Once you reach this level, almost all queries are going to be same now. So drop table employee will delete a table. You are understanding difference between deleting table and deleting user? Deleting user means what? If you delete the user, all the tables in the user will be lost. If you delete a table, only one table will be deleted. So this is the, see, you notice the difference between drop table employee and drop database MySQL. There's a huge difference. Here you are dropping the full user. Means if the user is having 10 tables, all the tables will go away. But if I drop a table, only table is going to be deleted. Okay, fine. So now, till here clear. Now everything is simple. You don't have to worry. Okay, see, this is the syntax you use in for creating what? A table in Oracle. This is Oracle. See, when writing comments now, see, I'm putting comments everywhere. Wherever you feel like you put your comments. Okay, Oracle syntax, but type it in small so that you'll understand which one is your query, which one is your comment. So use small case there. Oracle syntax for creating table. Understood? Huh? So this is the syntax. Now see, this is MySQL syntax. Almost all same, but tell me where's the difference. Syntax is same. Create, table, table name, data type is the change. So Oracle is having its own set of data types. MySQL is having its own set of data types. So if you want to store a number, you'll be using what here? Int. Okay, if you want to store string, you'll use here only varchar. So it is their own data types. So just to give you some information about that, see, these are the different data types. There are many data types. I am just listing a few data types here. In Oracle also there are many data types. In MySQL also there are many data types. I am just listing the most important data types and extensively used data types. See, these are the different data types. Char is there, varchar is there, int is there, date is there, blob is there. So right now I am using only two data types. Which one? Varchar and int. We will see the other data types later. Understood? So right now I am using int and varchar. So yes, I am using these data types now. Okay. So now see, I am going to create a table now. So what is the table I am going to create? Create table, which table? Employee only. So employee ID, everything same. Only salary will be what now? Int. Everything is same. Only ID and see, the difference is only this. Int. Only varchar, not varchar 2. Varchar 2 is a data type of Oracle. Varchar is a data type of MySQL. Understood? And int is a data type of MySQL. So you can type this query now. Type. All these queries you type. Okay. So this you type it in the editor now. So you are giving the query. See, to interact with MySQL database, what am I using? SQL editor. This is the editor. And to interact with that, I am using what? SQL language. We are using SQL language to interact with the MySQL database. But this language, we are typing it in what? SQL editor. Understood? So as soon as I press enter, it will be created. Okay. So if you want, now you say show. What is the query now? Show what? Show tables now. What tables are? So it will show you. Earlier show tables was telling what? Show database, okay. Yeah, show tables. The query I typed, it was telling no. But now show tables means it's executing and showing you one table which has got created. Understood? So if you want to see the description of the table, same story will start now. DESC. Understood? Which one? Employee. Same story. This is the description. It tells what? Employee ID is the column name, name is the column name, salary is the column name. These are the data types. Something extra information is there, leave, but it is giving you the information about the table. If you want to see the contents, what will you type? DSC also will work, describe also will work here also. See, some queries will be very common, but little change will be there. Describe employee also will work, same, DSC and describe employee. Select star employee, what it will do? No values. So if you want, you can go on inserting now. How will you insert? You got the difference now? Okay. So now how do you insert? Same story. Like this I can insert. Say this. Same now. So almost all 90% it will be same. And 10% variation will be there. Okay. So it's getting inserted. Now I'll type what? Select star. See now, 2 rows are there now. Understood? So then next, we can go on inserting more rows. This is a better way. Understood? Employee ID means mention the column names, values, and then give the values. So again you can insert. 2 rows inserted, 3rd row, then insert the same query. What you wrote for what? Oracle. So I'm inserting 7 rows. So 7 rows I got inserted. Now you can type select star from employee. In fact, small case also you'll notice I have typed in small case, still it works. So queries, table names are case insensitive, but data in the database is always case sensitive. Clear? So this is done. So we'll see some more queries. I'll do read operation. So what did I do now? C operation. C is nothing but creating a record. Now I'll do the read operation. Select star, anyway you know what I did. Okay, some more queries will execute. See this. I'm selecting what? Only 2 columns. From which table? Employee table. What are the two columns I am selecting? ID and name. Fine. Star means select what? All columns. Understood? Yesterday I explained you the anatomy of what? Select query. Same rules are applicable. Okay. So then next, select salary and name. See, the order can be anything. It's not that you have to go in the same order. Fine. Salary and name. Then I want to select only details of Ramesh. Fine. Aren't the queries all same? So you'll get the details of Ramesh now. Single quotes. If you are working with varchar here also, single quotes. Then next, where name like R percentage. Fine. It will display you the details of all the people whose name starts with R, but I have selected only ID and name. Where name like R percentage. Where name like, but what is like? Pattern making operator. Understood? So you can use it. Then relational operator. Everything works. So this is how you can work with MySQL also. Enough of these many queries. Just I showed you. Don't execute more queries. Just to get the basic idea of what is MySQL. Because both the databases, if you learn parallelly, you'll get confusion. So we will complete Oracle first and then we'll look into MySQL. Understood? So now when I'm teaching you Oracle, don't focus on MySQL. This basics you type, feel it, you'll understand. You'll get the subject. What is the subject, you'll understand. Once you understand the subject, now you'll get more confidence in working in Oracle. Are you clear? Only these many queries are sufficient. Don't type anything more. Because there will be small variation which will not be able to debug right now. Understood? But once you know the database completely, then you'll know how to do in MySQL also. Clear? Okay. So now with these basics, I'll move into something called as architecture of both the databases. We'll compare the Oracle architecture with MySQL architecture. Both the architectures are same. Okay. So what I'll do now is the thing as architecture of database. See, this is your Oracle database. When you install now, you'll get the Oracle database. So in Oracle database, by default, one instance is getting created. One instance gets created. See, this information is very, very vital because later on you'll be writing code from an application. You'll be connecting to database. So understand the architecture very well so that when you're going to connect, okay, a Java application to database, or a .NET application to Oracle, or a VB application to Oracle. All this is very, very important. Okay, so just see this. So when you install the Oracle database, by default, one instance will be created called as XE. It's the name of an instance. What is it? Name of an instance. XE is the name of an instance. It is the name of an instance. Inside, again, if you want, you can create more instances. That is secondary. Okay, but look at the architecture. If you want, you can create one more instance. Default instance which is getting created is XC. Next, inside the instance, you have got. I need space. Wait, let me complete this drawing, then you write. Inside the instance, there were two schemas already present. Which was the schema? System. And one more schema was there present called as HR. Understood? If you want, you can create your own schema in Oracle also. I'll create it now. I'll show you how to create. I just now showed you in what? MySQL. I'll show you how. So here I'll be giving the name of the schema as Ravi Oracle. That's the name I will be giving. Means some name added with Oracle. Means your own name you give. Suffix will be what? Oracle. So Ravi Oracle is the schema in Oracle. That's how you can identify. Ravi MySQL is the instance in. Sorry, yeah, it's the schema in. See, if I say Ravi Oracle, it's the schema in Oracle. If I say Ravi MySQL, it's the schema in MySQL. So like that, you will have clarity later. Understood? So anyway, inside the schemas, these are all schemas now. These are all called as what? This is schema number 1. This is schema number 2. Like this, you can have any number of schemas. Schema number 3. These are all schemas. Schema 1, schema 2, schema 3, schema 4. Any number of schemas you want, you can create. But what is going to be in the schema? Can you guess? You will have tables. Okay, you will have tables. So in the schemas, generally what do you have is, you will have tables. Then there is something called as views. Then you will have something called as synonym. Then you have something called as sequence. Then you have got triggers. Stored procedure. Like this, many things will be there in the schema. Stored procedure. I'll read again. Table, view, synonym, sequence, triggers, trigger, TRIGGER, stored procedure. Like this, many things will be there. Right now you are seeing only table. Okay. So that is why in HR schema, I created which one? There are already 9 tables. You saw that now? 9 or 10 tables were there in where? HR schema. Apart from that 9 tables, I created one table called as what? Employee. Employee was the table I created. So right now what I will be doing is, I will be creating one schema by name Ravi Oracle, and for this here in this schema I will create the same table today, and from now you will work in this schema. Do not disturb these two schemas. Leave it off. Understood? So from now you work with your own schema. Are you clear? Now for system, what is the password I gave? Cluster. For HR, what is the password I gave? HR. For Ravi Oracle, what is the password I give? Same you give. Better. Okay, give the same name, because tomorrow you'll forget, because so too many passwords will come out now. Okay, so better you give the same name. So the password I'll be giving is Ravi Oracle. Same name I'll give. So the password for system is what? Password for system is cluster. Password for HR is HR. Password for Ravi Oracle is Ravi Oracle. Okay. So remember now, in Ravi Oracle, you can have again same old story. What? You'll have tables, you'll have views. So I'm going to teach you many things. All this what you're going to create will be in this particular schema now. Synonym, sequence I will create. So every instance, this is one instance. Every instance can have its own set of schema. Every schema can have its own tables. Understood? So if you want to work with this table now, employee, you have to log into what? That particular schema only. Because when you log into a schema, you can view. In one schema, you can view only that particular table. But sometimes requirement will come. You want to use employee table of this schema, means Ravi Oracle schema in some other schema. That you can do. But that time you have to grant permissions. Default it is not allowed. Okay, default will not be allowed. So if you want to use a table in one schema, in another schema, like in Ravi Oracle there is a table by name employee. This table I want to use in what? A system schema, example. So you can do it, but you have to grant permissions. Means some privileges you have to give. If you do that, now you can access it. By default it is not allowed. So if you want to work with any table, you have to enter the correct schema. Understood? So anyway, giving permissions and all is the headache of what? DBA, database administrator will be there, so that he will look out. So as an application developer, we only learn how to use the table. Our botheration is only to use the table. Are you clear with the architecture of this? Clear? Do you have any questions? Okay. So in Oracle what happens, if you want to enter the schema, you type the password. In Oracle what happens? If you want to enter the schema, I wanted to enter system schema, you'll give the password. If you want to enter the HR schema, you'll enter the password. Similarly, after creating Ravi Oracle, what will you do? You'll enter that schema and you'll work. Understood? So now this is about Oracle database. Now let the same thing we'll see it with what? MySQL. So this is MySQL database. Same architecture, there's no difference. Understood? So here the name of your instance would be what? Can you guess? Root is the name of the instance. And the password for root I gave it as cluster. So the password I gave it in small case. See, the password in Oracle is case insensitive, but the password in MySQL is case sensitive. Okay, so password for while installing I showed you, just read that word. What is that? Enter root password. In that dialog box I showed you, enter root password. So I gave the password of root as what? Cluster, small case. Understood? So this is the name of the instance here. Okay, and it was by default having some schemas, no? What were the schema names? Information underscore schema, MySQL, test. You saw 3 schemas were there, 3 users were there. I created one more called as what? MySQL. Okay, so 3 schemas were already there. Example is information underscore schema. This is one schema. One more schema was there called as what? Test. Okay, one more schema was there called as what? MySQL. So these were the 3 schemas. They will have their own tables, leave it. Understood? Same thing they'll have. But I created one more schema called as what? What was the name I gave? Ravi MySQL. Understood? Ravi MySQL. So in Ravi MySQL, I created the employee table. Similarly in MySQL also, understood? Similarly in MySQL also, in the schema what you can have? Tables, views, synonym, like this it will continue. Architecture is same, but the methodology, approach, concept is same now, but the approach will slightly vary. You go to DB2, almost all same architecture. Okay, any database, any RDBMS database now you follow the same architecture. They'll have one database, they'll have one instance, inside the instance they'll have what? Schema, and tables are kept inside the schema. Tables, views and all that. Are you clear? Any questions, sir? Okay, now why this is very important? So, okay, see this is one default instance which is there, XC. One more instance if you want you can create. If you want you create it. Just I have kept it blank here. Okay, but again in that instance what will you have? Again you'll have schema. Inside schema again same story, tables. And view can be like this also. From one instance you can see the tables of another instance also. In another schema also. Like that also you can have view. Understood? So anyway, means view means you can access the tables. You can access the tables. Yeah? So this is one brief architecture about what? Oracle and MySQL architecture. How the database has been designed. Very crucial, because later on when you start writing applications you'll understand why this becomes very important. Yeah? Any questions here? So end of the day we developers do what? Application developers. Inside the schema table will be there. We do what? CRUD operations now. Your story will continue. There's nothing big about it. So end of the day in the schema tables will be there. You end up doing CRUD operations. You'll insert a record, read a record, update a record, delete a record. Nothing more than that you'll do. Understood? So tables will be ready. For that you go on writing front end, screens. Tables will be ready. You'll fetch the data from the table and go on displaying it in the front end. Shall I clear? Got the 2 databases? Okay, I'll clear everything now. And these concepts will become very clear to you when you start working now on the databases. This is introduction. Okay, this is just introduction. Like I gave the JMM introduction, same I'm giving the Oracle introduction here. So we'll complete of Oracle. Do not bother much about MySQL right now. Now why this becomes very important is all this information. See, you'll be writing an application, yes or no? You'll write an application. Which one? Application means you know what it does. Okay, so you'll write an application. Now application can be in which language? Any language, remember that. You can write a application in C++, any language I mean to say. or it can be in Java, or it can be in VB, all this secondary now. Okay, but remember, see now, you are a developer in any language, database is mandatory. Yes or no? So there's no escape. You are a tester also. What is important? Database is mandatory. So database is that important. Okay, so fine. So you'll develop an application. Now this database will be there. So your application has to get connected now. Now you are using editor, that's fine. You'll open an SQL editor, you'll give the value. But in real time applications, that will not happen. The application will be fetching values from what? Some UI like this. Enter name, enter password, like this you'll get the values. So once the value is submitted, it will enter into your application. So here you'll be having the value. So your application has to get connected now. So that is why you should know where the database is. Okay, to which instance you want to connect. There are so many instances now. To which instance, to which schema, and which table you want to work. Okay, so if you are clear with that, now right here after you get connected, all you will do is what? Write your queries. So see, remember this so important database. Understood? So because it can be any language. So don't think, okay, I'll escape off from database. You go to anywhere, VB, C++, Java, okay, wherever you go, database becomes so much important. Even if you are a tester, it is important. If you do testing now, testing course also, database is highly mandatory. So write down the notes properly. That's why I'm telling you. The notes what I'm going to give you for just 20 days, you'll be referring it even for 5 years of your life. That powerful I'll be giving the notes for you on database. Clear? So write it down properly. So now see what happens. So values will come and now you might dump it. Okay, or you might retrieve it also. Like this, your application starts receiving the values from either side. Understood? From either side, either from user or from database. Now the role of database is what now in the application? It's something like heart. Yes or no? Heart will supply blood, no? Like that it supplies values to your application. Now your application is what? Brain. Simple. Understood? So it will receive the values, processing. Writing logic is simple, don't bother me. I'm telling you, writing logic you don't have to worry at all. Okay, it's the simplest thing on earth. You are thinking it is complicated. Telling you it is dead easy on earth. Okay, only we have problems in these things like receiving values either from the user or from the database. Once you have the correct value, writing logic is damn easy. It's only domain knowledge now. If it is banking application, you'll write that logic. If it is insurance application, you'll write that kind of a logic. So writing logics are easiest thing on earth. You don't have to worry. You always think writing logic is the toughest. Okay, in fact writing logic is the easiest. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. Okay, but these are the toughest part. And in fact, ulta happens to you. Why actually programming is tough for you is, you think what? Database is easy, Java language is easy, writing logic is tough. Fact is, both you don't know properly and you end up writing logic, and ulta you'll blame what? Database also difficult, Java also difficult. These are your problems. Understood? It's going to be very simple. So anyway, so what this role you understand, huh? So this is the heart and this is the brain. Without the heart, will you survive? No. Without the brain, you'll survive. Without the brain you'll survive. But without heart, you can't. Yes, no? Yes or no? Why you'll not survive without heart? Huh? Boyfriend, girlfriend, correct? Huh? At last some joke in cluster. Okay, fine then. So then what happens? So both are very essential. Okay, so the application acts like the brain. So only if it gets the values, you can process it. Now yes, but if your application wants to connect to database, there are many things. Your application and database, they can be in the same computer. Yes or no? Or the application and database can be in what? Different computer also. Yes. So to connect to the database, what are the different things you need now? First one, you need the IP address. Supposingly if this is in different computer now, which one? Application is in one computer, database is in another computer. But application has to get connected. Means it will be on network, that it will be there. So you need one is the IP address. Second, what do you need? You will get connected to the computer. Then what you need? You need the port number, on which port number the database is running. So you need the port number. In fact, port number of Oracle, I'm writing only Oracle, it will be 1521. That's the port number. Understood? Third one, after getting connected to the database, you have to connect to what first? Instance. So next is instance name you need. Then you need what? Schema. You develop an application in anything. Understood? C++, Java, or whatever it is. Okay. So these four things are mandatory. After you get connected to schema, then the query will come. After you get connected to schema, then the query will come. Now where do you find all this information from now? That's the next question now. Where will I come to know the IP address of the computer? Where will I come to know the port number of the database? How do I know by heart data? Yesterday night I by heart that, correct? So then what is the name of the instance? How do I know? Okay, there's one file actually. I'll give you the name of the file now. I'll show you where it is. In fact, many people do not know this. They are working in real time. They have 4 or 5 years of experience, but they still do not know this name of the file. The name of the file is actually called as tns names.ora. ORA extension. Okay, tns names.ora. Where is this file now? You can go to see, I'm talking only about what now? Oracle. Do not bother about MySQL. Concentrate only on Oracle. So in computer you go, C drive, you got the Oracle exe folder now. See, today I'm opening up this folder. Oracle exe, open that folder, go to app, okay, Oracle admin xc, sorry, where? One second, wait, product 10.2 server, yeah, network admin. See, this is the file. What is the name? tns names.ora file. Understood? So I'll give the path. One second. See, this is the path. Slash. See, this is the name of the file. You can open one notepad. I'll just paste it onto the notepad. So it is there in this location. So in admin, C drive, Oracle exe, app, Oracle product 10.2 server, network admin. In that folder, what is the name of the file? tns names.ora. That's the name of the file. Okay. So I'll open that file now. Just I will put the location here. See, the file is here now. I'll open it up. Right click and you can open with Edit Plus or Notepad. Any file you can, any software you can use. I'll click on Edit Plus, so it opens up. See, here it will tell you XC is the name of the instance. Service name. Service name is instance name. Okay. Host means if you are given a computer name, it will take the name of the computer. If you are not given a computer name, it will be showing you the IP address. Understood? You know what is IP address now? Host is equal means who is hosting the database. So definitely if you install a database into a computer, that becomes the host. So it will be having the IP address of that particular computer. Understood? Port number is what? 1521. So these are the information. Name of the instance XC, port number is 152, host is, see if it is on network, either you can use the IP address to connect or you can use the computer name to connect. Understood? Either way. I'll be connecting and showing you. Anyway, this is all I'm not telling you theoretically. We are going to do this practically only. But when I do Java with the database, then you'll understand this. Right now we are learning database independently. Clear? So that's what I told you. We are learning database from application point of view, not simply standalone database. So TCP, new class 1, port number, and then what? Instance name means all the information you got. IP address, port number, instance, schema will not be there. Whatever schema you have created, okay, that you can use now. Okay, I'll show you how to create an instance now in Oracle. Okay, just a minute. So then, this is done. So one more important file is here. Okay. In fact, okay, first. Now, see one more thing. You don't have to by heart. Where is that particular file now? You know how to get the value now? See, one more way of doing the search is go to C drive, go to Oracle exe, click there, you click on search here. This is the best way. You don't have to by heart. Don't write everything. TNS, see names.ora, already it is displaying you here. You got a very powerful Windows search now. Okay, so right click and open file location. It will open in the same location. I think no, network in sample it is showing. One more is there. Don't go to network admin, you go. Understood? So it is showing you there. Are you clear this? Okay. So fine. So this is one file what is very important when you are connecting a Java application to database. One more file I'll show you which is very very important when you are working with which one? Java with database, and that is same location, see there, go Oracle exe app, Oracle product 10.2 server. In server there is one folder called as JDBC. Can you see this? JDBC. In JDBC lib is there. In lib one more file is there called as ojdbc14.jar. ojdbc14.jar file. So this is a very important file, okay, which I'll be using it later. Okay, ojdbc, what is the name? ojdbc14.jar. Okay, so this is a very, very important file. So two files now, ojdbc14.jar and tnsnames.ora is very important when you want to get connection from Java with database. So this is architecture what I am explaining you. Okay, in one day you will not understand architecture. Oracle was designed with 40 years of experience. It has got 40 years of history. Okay, so to understand Oracle you will take at least what? 14 days you require. One day only I have to understand everything. Not possible. Clear? So these are the things now. So fine. Now we are done with this. So once you have completed this, next I have to show you what? Understood? Now next I have to show you how to create a schema in Oracle. Understood? I have to show you how to create a schema in Oracle. So how do you create a schema in Oracle? Yeah. How do you create a schema in Oracle now? Very simple. So which are the two files, important files? You got it now? Okay, so go to which one now? Start. I am creating what now? Steps to create schema in Oracle now. Start. Okay, you can go to what? All programs. Oracle you go. Once you go to Oracle, you know, go to database home page. Means go to system, same screen now. System, user, go there. Go to database home page. And log in as what? Administrator. Who is the administrator in Oracle? System. So it will get connected. So here you type system. What is the password? Cluster. Enter. So here it is case insensitive. You don't have to worry. So once you log in, see this is the screen you are getting. Okay. Click on administration and click on database. Manage users will give the list of all the schema. Only list. See there is one schema called as HR right now. Okay. I'll come back. So in administration what will I do now? I'll say database users. What? Create user. Because I want a new user to be created. So click on that. Create user. So what is the username you want to give now? What is the username? We discussed just now. Ravi Oracle. So that name you give now. Okay. So Ravi Oracle. So password I'll give it as what? Same. Okay, and see status is what? Unlocked. Let it remain. Let it be as unlocked only. Then other thing what you'll be doing is check all. Select DBA and say check all. That's it. These two options you do, and then you say create here. You're getting the option now? So as soon as I say create, now see Ravi Oracle. One schema has been created. Understood? So see both are giving the same support, but now Oracle is giving you UI support. MySQL is giving you what? Editor support. Like that. Understood? So anyway, they have their own approaches. End of the day, what did we do there? There I said create database Ravi MySQL. Here I did like this. One is the UI, one you are typing in the editor. No problem. But once the schema is ready, next what will I do? You can work with this. So I'll close this now because you have created it. So log into system and do all this. Understood? So once you close all this, now you can work now. How will you work? Windows R. Go to DOS prompt. CMD. Now you want to work with MySQL now? Sorry, Oracle now. So what do you have to type? SQL plus. Enter username. See now. Ravi Oracle. Enter. What is the password? Ravi Oracle. It will not display, I told you. It will connect. Now what you have to do? You can work. See here I'll type select star from tab. It will show you all the tables here. Understood? So but if you want you can create your own tables now. Okay, so there are no tables right now. So what will you do now? See all the queries which I showed you day one, you can execute now. So you go with simple queries in Oracle. Day one I showed you now. Execute, same queries you execute. But where I am doing now? In a new schema called as Review Oracle. So now paste drop table, it is not there. So table or view does not exist. If I want, I create same thing, only you are doing it in what? HR schema. Now you are doing it in Review Oracle schema. Table is created. Yes. Now again you can start off DESC employee. Done. Select star from. Only we have created a schema. That's all meant today. I showed you how to work with MySQL and I showed you how to work with this one. So next what will I do? Insert. Just it continues, same old story now. All the queries what I taught you in day one, those queries, simple queries you execute and finish it. So everybody will have their own schema. You will not have conflicts now, because you will create on table, somebody will create on table, so there will not be any conflicts. Clear now? Any questions here? Okay. So now you are seeing the intensity of database. Yes, you computer science people generally, this is again special warning goes always to what? Computer science only. You think what? You know everything, but fact is you know nothing. Understood? Now problem is with you only. You are the people who act like virus here. Very dangerous virus you are. Not only you spoil yourself, you spoil what? Other people also. I only can't do, what will you do, will tell to other branches. Fact is you only don't know anything here. Forget about other branches. What will you guide to other branches? Understood? So database or Java, it is branch independent. Anybody can learn Java, anybody can learn database. Remember this. Okay, why electronics people are learning comfortably now? What is there? Simply, it's only the computer science people who actually do this problems in the market. Understood? They create a fear among others. So just I'm telling you, not only you spoil others also. So better you also practice and allow others also to learn. Understood? This is one very big problem with you. Clear this? Okay. So and again I'm telling it clearly. Other branches you don't have to worry. Same, your friends are there now computer science. They also don't know anything. Okay, ask them, do they know all this? Nothing they know. Openly I'm telling you. Okay. So it's all in the same boat now. Only first 2 days they'll tell I know everything. Third day finish, bus they'll become. Understood? Next story will continue. They also know nothing, you also know nothing. All are in the same boat, continue now. Clear this? Okay, fine. Now what does the developer do now? Okay. So finally, see the developer, see I'll talk about the different SQL queries now. All your SQL queries can be classified into 4 categories. There are so many SQL queries now. There are so many SQL queries. Understood? What are you typed? Which are the different queries you type now? Insert, select, update, delete. Some queries you type like this. I also used create, modify, alter. Okay. So fine now. So what happens is these are all your SQL queries will be classified into 4 categories. It will be classified into 4 categories. So structured query language, how many types are there? DDL means data definition language. Data definition language. DML means what? Data manipulation language. DCL means what? Data control language. And TCL means what? Transaction control language. Understood? So in DDLs, create, drop, modify, alter, truncate, all come under what? DDL queries. Data definition language. Now insert, select, update, delete, all come under what? Data manipulation language. Understood? And grant and revoke come under what? Data control language. And TCL comes under what? Commit, rollback, save pointer. Transaction control language. Now why do you use DDL queries? Why do you use it? Simple. You use it for creating, deleting or altering what? DB objects. Till now you have learnt only one DB object. Which is it? Table. Sorry, in the schema which I drew now, okay, there you write on heading as DB objects. The schema actually contains DB objects. And all are DB objects. What are the DB objects? Table, view, synonym, trigger, stored procedure, these are all called as what? DB objects. Okay, so in the instance I draw this, add a schema, so put the heading as DB objects, and the list of all the DB objects are what? Table, view, these are all called as DB objects. Index, many are there I listed, so these are all DB objects. So the DDL query is used for what? Creating, altering or deleting DB objects. Means you can create a table or you can create a view, something like that. Right now I shown you only how to create a table. Okay, so DDL queries are used for, see this I'm reading clearly, used for creating, deleting or altering what? DB objects. I shown you creating also, I shown you deleting also only tables. Altering table also I showed you. But I have to show you what? View, index, all that I have to show you, I'll continue. Now DML query is used for what? Manipulation. So insert, select, update, you'll be using it for manipulation. Then you'll be using DCL for what? Granting permissions. But this is not the role of application developer. This will be the role of DBA people, database administrators. Same way, this will be the role of what? There is something called as PL/SQL programmers. So now see, as an application developer, your duty is only this. You should know only these many queries. An application developer will learn these queries. But fact is, this will be done by DBA. Okay, this can be done by a DBA, database administrator, or it will be done by PL/SQL programmers. See, in industry that's how they'll classify the work. PL/SQL programmers means procedural language. SQL means, see, SQL is a language, you can write logics here also. Okay, SQL is a language, you can write logics here also. And there are special people called as PL/SQL programmers. Okay, in fact, there is something called as stored procedure and all that. So the stored procedures and all will be written by whom you know? Generally, DBA people. They'll be writing it, we'll invoke it. I'll be teaching you all that, but just understand, TCL queries are written by DBA people or PSQL, any one of them. But generally DCL will always be done by DBS. Our role is this. Okay, even this is the role of whom? DBA. But I will cover in depth of this. In depth of this subject I'll cover. Okay, so I'll be covering it for you people. But it is the role of actually a developer. Means these DBA people will already create the table and keep it for you. Like how many tables, how many columns. Your project now, depending on your project, they'll create all the tables, they'll give the column names, they'll keep the size, so they'll be doing all that. So when they complete doing all that, your duty will be only writing the front end for it. Understood? But fact is, I'll cover this subject in depth so that, okay, if you know how the tables are designed, okay, if you know how the tables are designed, you can write excellent logic. Understood? I'll take you in depth into all this. So this is also very important for you, because if you know this, okay, even though it's the role of DBA, you learn this. Advantages, within 2-3 years, you can end up becoming a TL or PM. Very fast your progress. Okay, very fast, because we'll be seeing the application from very high level now, architecture point of view. So generally if you want me to cover database, it will be over. But I want you to learn database from a project point of view. Understood? So to that level I'll be taking. So that's the reason I'll be covering all this in depth. I'll cover. I'll show you how to create more tables, why we create more tables. Generally you have a question. Okay, why do you have to create in one project? Why only one table we do not have? Okay, why should I have 10 tables? Why should I have 20? Or which is the best number? 1 or 2 or 3? Okay, so you'll have all these questions. So only if you have a good solid answer for that, then you can do CRUD operation on all the tables very easily. If you don't know why so many tables are there, how will you do? See, right now you're doing CRUD operation on a single table. But later on you have to do what? CRUD operation on multiple tables. So your definitely first question is what? Why so many tables are there? So I have to justify it. So for justifying that, that's why I'll be teaching you how to create tables now. And once it is done, then I'll be showing you what? How to do CRUD operations on multiple tables. And that is done, backend is over now. Only we have to concentrate on writing applications. So that crucial the database becomes. Are you clear? So these two will be going in depth. Okay, little if you want, we'll cover this. This you don't bother only. It's all about granting permissions to instance, schema, all that will happen there. Understood? Little I'll cover about that, little. So you get a rough idea about all this now. And this much we'll be wrapping it up in 20 days. Just imagine now. So a very big subject, but accurately I'll give. No confusions. It's not like, say, when you're learning something now, you should know accurately how much is required, because the subjects are so vast, finally you end up learning nothing. Understood? So accurately what is required from the application point of view will be covering. Clear? So these are your things now. So, and finally, to sum up, commit will work only for, sorry, rollback. Your rollback and commit will work for what? DML queries. It will not work for DDL queries. That's what I told you in the first step. Means you cannot drop a table and say rollback. You cannot drop a table and say rollback. You cannot drop a schema and tell what? Rollback. Understood? Clear with all this? So today what is your duty? You have to work with two databases. One is MySQL, other one is Oracle. Okay, in MySQL install it, create one schema, new schema and work there. In Oracle you create a new schema and work there also. So that will help you to get a good grip of what is database now. Once you have a good grip of database, next we will talk about designing tables. Okay, first I will show you how to design good tables. Then we will again do correct operations on the same tables. Understood? So as an application developer, this is our requirement. Understood? Any questions? Any questions? Zoom ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, any questions you are having here? No? Okay, that's it.